We're very excited tonight to be joined by a special guest. Former Wildcat Patrick Patterson joins us on the phone. Patrick, thank you for taking some time for KSTV.
No problem at all.
Now, you probably don't know this. We were looking back, and today is actually the 4-year anniversary of your decision to return to UK. 4 years ago today, you announced you'd be back for a junior season. How much did that final year shape the memories you have as a Kentucky basketball player?
It pretty much just summed up my whole entire career there. First 2 years there, pretty much the down years with Coach Gillespie and the team that we had. We had a solid team, but we didn't play up to, Kentucky full potential. And then Coach Calipari came in with the amazing recruiting class that he had. And just overall, I had fun. I had an opportunity to finally play in the NCAA tournament and pretty much just make some noise and just overall just have a great, fun year with terrific guys and just enjoyed my time even more.
How much did leadership, last season there was a lot of talk about the leadership was missing with those young guys. With that great class that came in, you being the veteran player, how important was your leadership, you think, to that team, and how natural was that for you to lead them?
In the beginning, it was tough. It was tough just because you have so many guys with great potential, being the man previously at their high schools and AAU team, coming into a system where they have to buy in, listen, and work hard, and most importantly, work together. So in the beginning, it was tough. Coach Calipari seemed to take that leadership role from the get-go. And over time, I started to ease into it. And by the end of the season, it seemed like everyone stepped up into their own leader-type form, whether it was John stepping up, Eric, or even DeMarcus at times. It seemed like different games or even in practice, it seemed like somebody else would step up and take that leadership role and pretty much just put the team on the back.
And his last 5 seasons at Kentucky, 5 classes, Coach Cal has 16 McDonald's All-Americans, but it wasn't always like that. And you talked about when you were here, when you committed to UK, you were only the 5th in the last 8 years of McDonald's All-Americans that were coming through Kentucky. A lot of people look to your commitment and think it's one of the most important in the program's history. Did a lot of things to change the culture and set the groundwork for what came later. When you look back, what do you think your legacy is at Kentucky?
Hopefully just someone who came in and just put Kentucky back up to the proper place it's supposed to be. Someone who day in and day out worked extremely hard and wore the blue and white proudly. And also, just played hard every single night. Just played with his heart out there, embraced the fans, embraced the program, embraced the tradition, and didn't backtalk. Someone who just worked hard every single time and, didn't ask questions, didn't pout, didn't whine, didn't cry, just went out there every single day and just gave it his all.
What stands out to you as your favorite memory from the entire time you're out at UK?
Oh, man, favorite memory. There's so many. Probably the SEC tournament where Eric missed a free throw. I tipped it out, and John was able to get a hand on it and put up a shot. Then DeMarcus caught it and put it in with 0.4 seconds left, something like that.
DeMarcus said the same thing. How was that team, that bond you guys had together? How close were you guys off the court?
We were extremely close. Of course, John, Eric, and DeMarcus were like little brothers around one another just because you tend to be closer to the guys who you come in to Kentucky with, that freshman class. They were pretty tight and close-knit, but all of us as a whole, we were a great family around one another. We took care of one another. We looked out for one another. And off the court, we were constantly hanging out, whether it was at the Wildcat Lodge or just throughout the city of Lexington.
During your recruitment and also your time on campus, your parents both became kind of like little celebrities in Lexington and around the UK family, kind of like the first family, I guess, of UK basketball. How important have they been in your career and getting through those 2 years that were especially tough? How important was it to have parents that were involved and supportive?
Extremely important for my part. My mother ate it up. She loved every minute of it. She loved interacting with the fans and talking to them, whether it was at the games, outside in the lobby, or even on social networks. And those first 2 years for me, like I said, were extremely tough. But luckily I had a group of people around me, my mother and father, who were constantly, talking to me day in and day out, supporting me, being there for me, and coming to Lexington as much as possible to be around me and making sure they went to every game, whether it was home or away. So just having somebody there for me who's got my back through thick and thin, offering me great words of wisdom and advice, and pretty much just that unconditional love just kept me strong and kept me going.
Now you're in Sacramento playing for the Kings. They're going to stay in Sacramento, it sounds like. When you look ahead to next year, finally some stability, I guess, with the franchise staying put, what are the goals you've kind of laid out for yourself as well as the team, getting them to the next level?
Pretty much as playoffs. Coming from Houston, a team that made it to the playoffs, to Sacramento, a team that unfortunately didn't get to. I just want to bring in that mindset, the mentality, the toughness, and pretty much just a leadership standpoint of doing whatever it takes to get to the playoffs, doing whatever it takes to, win games day in and day out and play extremely hard, having an attitude where we focus more on defense rather than trying to outscore our opponent, and also just having fun. I thought when the trade did happen and I went there, and gradually over time I started playing more and more and being more comfortable in the system and getting down the offense, I thought we started playing great basketball. We were winning some tough games, and everyone was just having fun, it seemed like. And if we can continue that type of momentum and style of play from day one, from preseason, from preseason camp workouts, and even the first game of the season, if we can start off like that, then it's going to be a fun season for us.
We had DeMarcus on the show last week, and he said when you got to Sacramento, it was like old times, joking around, having fun. What's your relationship like with DeMarcus, and why do you think he gets such a bad reputation, labeled so negatively?
Relationship with him, he's my little brother, even though he's taller and bigger than me. He's always going to be my little brother to me, and he's someone I can always depend on, someone who's always got my back, and some of them I've just always had fun around, whether it's on or off the court, just always joking. And as far as his, attitude is perceived by pretty much everyone, it's all lies to me. DeMarcus has a tendency to be emotional and play with his emotions and not being able to, hide those emotions in certain times during the game. But that's just how intense he is on the court. He's extremely competitive. He wants to win. He wants to play hard every single time he's out there on the court, and he's not afraid to show his emotions. Yes, sometimes that can result in a negative outcome, but that's just DeMarcus. He wants to play hard every single game, and since day one, since he arrived into the NBA, his attitude has improved. He's gotten better on and off the court. His play and his overall game on the court has skyrocketed through the roof. He's become one of the best big men, if not top big man in the league. One of the most improved guys, in my opinion. And the sky's the limit for him. But as far as his attitude goes, he's going to be fine, and he'll be in the league for a long period of time.
Now, Coach Cal has a team that is coming in kind of similar to your final season at Kentucky. Some veterans that are there that kind of struggled, were a part of a team that did not succeed the way they wanted. Now a lot of freshmen coming in. They get together next week on campus. When you guys first got together, when did you know how good you can be? Was there a moment where you said, was it right off the bat, or maybe when the season started, where you said, you know what, we can be a great basketball team?
Once we started workouts, preseason workouts, not summer workouts. Summer workouts is all about improving your game, getting to know the guys, developing that bond and relationship, trying to hang out with one another, getting a feel of, what type of system you have to play in, and just all the basic stuff. But once you start practicing, start playing 5-on-5 more and more, you start realizing, hey, we have some great potential on this team. Hey, we can make some noise, or hey, we can win a championship. So around August, September is, really when stuff starts getting real, starts getting serious. Summertime, it's all fun. You work extremely hard, but you have to get to know the guys first before you really take that big leap like that.
We had a question from Twitter. People want to know, as a fan watching Kentucky, do you have a favorite player since you left, a guy you really enjoyed watching at UK?
Since I've left,
yeah.
I love watching Darius. That's my little brother. Ever since I left, every single game he played, I watched. Team now, probably, I love watching Josh when he was there, Brandon Knight, DeAndre and his energy out there. But if I had to say my favorite overall person to watch, it had to have been probably Terrence. Just how far he came, his game, how much it developed. his strength around the rim, ability to finish around the basket, and also put the ball on the floor and shoot perimeter jump shots. So if I had to say one of the guys I enjoyed watching the most since I left, it'd probably be Terrence.
Now, before we let you go, you have a camp coming up this summer at Lexington Christian Academy, July 1st through 3rd. Why is it important to you to come back to Lexington, get involved with these kids in the community, and teach them basketball?
It's extremely important, not just basketball, but also academics, what it takes to become an overall great athlete, the things on the court and off the court, and just finally be able to give back to people in Lexington. They've given me so much in my life. They allowed me to play for the University of Kentucky, and they've also rooted for me through the thick and the thin, through the bad and the great. And I just want to take some time to go back, teach the kids basketball, teach them academics, and just have fun, tell them what it takes to get to where I'm at, give them my life story, share my opinions with them. But overall, I just want to have fun, have a good time, and hopefully the kids enjoy the camp and have fun with me out there as well.
All right, Patrick Patterson, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Really enjoyed it. Look forward to talking to you again.
Appreciate it.